Welcome back to our Work Happy series. Today we're talking with Enneagram 8 Sarah Soderdahl, who has spent much of her career as a teacher and also worked in many ministry organizations and also sports organizations. So, Sarah has a lot to offer us on the life of an Enneagram 8 at work, and I can't wait to share it with you. This is 9 in 9 Enneagram Wisdom for Life. Let's dive in. Two of the qualities that Enneagram 8s bring to the workplace is certainly their ability to be a leader. People will naturally follow an Enneagram 8, whether the Enneagram 8 wants them to or not, because an 8 has that energy field around them. People are drawn to that. And so we want Enneagram 8s to be excellent and grace-filled leaders because people are going to follow. Now, the other gift that Enneagram 8 brings to the workforce is their ability to engage in hard conversations. Doesn't mean that they love those hard conversations, but they certainly aren't going to shy away from it. And they're going to help bring the team together around difficult conversations. So it would be really obvious for me to invite an 8 to really be aware of how people are responding to them. In fact, that's like one of the questions we want 8s asking themselves all the time is, how are people responding to me? Am I coming across in a an aggressive way, or am I being open and welcoming? And to be honest, that's where I thought this would go. But in my conversation with Sarah, she actually went someplace deeper and she got to the issue of trust. And so that's where I want to invite us to consider a shift. Let's listen in on that conversation. What gifts do 8s bring to the workplace, in your opinion?
I think eights are very strong leaders. I think people follow eights well. Eights are doers. I think is it Home Depot? Doers get more done.
Yeah.
That resonates with me whenever I see that commercial.
Yeah.
Because I'm a doer. Yeah, another gift I think that eights can bring in the workplace is just addressing issues that come up and conflicts, being direct about what's happening and just bringing people together to just kind of sit in those hard conversations and work through things until a resolution is made. Eights don't want to push things to the side. They want to just lay it all on the table, talk about it, work through it so that, everybody can move forward.
All right, clarify this for us. Do 8s like conflict?
Mm. That is a statement that actually kept me from thinking I was an eight for a while because I would never say, wow, I love conflict. I can't wait to get in this difficult conversation. So, the way that I like to verbalize that is that I feel compelled to enter the conflict to come to a resolution, to bring a reconciliation to a relationship. I cannot let something go if there's a problem with a friend, with a family member, I have to talk about it. I'm compelled to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I'm yearning to, hurt someone's feelings or, I really desire to just bring reconciliation. And so I will enter those hard conversations in order to get there. And I'll enter a hard conversation, in a work setting to, bring resolution to something that's difficult. I actually this week I have to be part of a meeting that's going to have some difficult things put on the table, and I've kind of orchestrated that meeting to happen because I want things to be better in
Yes.
this situation at work. I want things to be better for everyone. And in order to get there, we have to talk about all the things that are going on that aren't working well, all the things that are going on that shouldn't be going on.
Yeah.
And we have to talk about it. And then we have to make a plan together to move forward
Yeah.
and be better.
That is a gift. I mean, especially if you use it with care. As an 8, I want to invite you to give away your trust more easily. And I know that's vulnerable and that's hard, but it is such a valuable commodity. It's such a valuable tool. And as an 8, you're probably more wired to say, I'll trust you when you prove to me that I can trust you. But I want to invite you within your workplace to find ways that you can execute giving more trust to people, letting people know that you trust them, letting people know that you trust their opinion or their version or their way of doing something. The more that you can offer trust in your workplace, the deeper the relationships will run and the better the work will be because you're getting a much wider pool of talent than just that singular way that you may feel is best to do something. So try and trust more, control less.
So, most recently, I've been in a work type situation where I'm managing a lot of adults, and it has been very eye-opening for me just about myself. I really struggle when people don't follow through
Mm,
with tasks they're supposed to be working on. And sometimes it's even if they don't follow through with the tasks in the way that I think they should have been done.
okay. Yep.
So I'm learning one to let go of the way I think needs things need to be done, which probably some ones will resonate with that, right? There's a right way for things to be done, and this is the way they need to
Yep.
go. So there's a little bit of that in me too. So I have to let go of that, right? I have to recognize, hey, I gave this person a task, and I have to let them do it the way that they think is best. I have to give them autonomy, right? I have
Yes.
to give them what I desire, that autonomy to accomplish that task in the way they think is best.
Yeah.
Now, if it's really wrong, I can coach them, but I still have to let them own it and do it in the way they think is best. So there's that.
Yeah, that's
And then also, when someone is really being incompetent in their job, I have to figure out again how to approach that situation with grace and gentleness
Mhm.
because I want to just jump in and say, hey, like, why aren't you doing this? Let's get going. Or I want to jump in and just say, well, forget it. I don't trust you anymore. You kind of betrayed me,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
you said you would, and
Yes.
now you didn't do it. So I'm just gonna do it. I have to fight that a lot too. I because sometimes it's just easier in the workplace to jump in and fix what somebody else isn't doing rather than stepping back and taking the time and gently, graciously coaching them in accomplishing their task.
As an Enneagram 8, I believe that it is vital and crucial that you invest in knowing yourself, knowing the way that you are made, understanding your energy, understanding how to build connection with people. And this is something that we do within the class. It's called Enneagram Designed for More. To put you at ease, there's no extreme vulnerability required for this class, but it will be life changing to you as an Enneagram 8. So, I invite you to go to the links in my bio or in the show notes below and go ahead and use the podcast listener code podcast to save $99. We'll see you there.